you've ever dreamt about hiking through raw, untouched wilderness, standing beneath jagged peaks that pierce the sky, or traveling to places that feel completely off the grid, this is your invitation, because I am so excited to officially be announcing 3 brand new group trips that I'll be hosting in 2025 and 2026. These are not just vacations, they're immersive adventures built for travelers who crave something wild, meaningful, and unforgettable. These are going to be similar to the trips that I take you on my YouTube series. Now, trip 1 takes us deep into the heart of Patagonia this December. We'll explore the lush volcanic landscapes of Chile's Lake District, which is beautiful, kayaking, hiking, and soaking in thermal springs, before heading across the Andes to backpack one of the most remote and stunning trails in Argentina, the grouo circuit near El Chaltén. Then in early 2026, I'll be heading back to one of my favorite places on Earth, Ecuador and the Galapagos Islands, for a mix of volcano hikes, amazing wildlife, and underwater magic. And finally, in April, we'll be journeying to one of the most remote and culturally rich corners of the world, Papua New Guinea. Think tribal villages, lush jungles, and moments you certainly will not find in any travel brochure. So if you've been watching my adventures and thinking, one day I'll do something like that, well, this is your sign to stop wondering and come on one of these trips with me. I'll be walking you through each trip, how to sign up, and what to expect in this video. So if you're keen to learn more about some of these adventures, definitely stay tuned. So first up, Patagonia. This is the kind of trip that changes you. It's wild, it's windswept, and it's absolutely unforgettable. And I wanted to take people a little bit more off the beaten path. So we'll be starting in the Chilean Lakes District, a region of volcanoes, ancient forests, and vibrant blue rivers. We'll hike beneath the snow-capped Osorno volcano, kayak through tranquil fjords, and soak in thermal hot springs, and even explore some lava caves. Now, this part of the trip is about getting into the rhythm of Patagonia, exploring during the day and relaxing at homestays and eco-lodges each night. We'll spend 4 days then backpacking the grouo circuit near El Chaltén by heading across the border into Argentina. This is one of Patagonia's most remote and rewarding multi-day treks, and if you follow Craig Adams, he actually did this earlier this year. There are glacier crossings, rope traverses, high alpine passes, and views of the southern Patagonia ice field that most people will never lay eyes on. Now, this is a really physically demanding trip. You'll need to be able to hike 4 to 6 miles per day with a backpack, sometimes over rugged terrain. It's definitely not for everyone, but if you're ready to push your limits in the most breathtaking place on Earth, this is definitely your chance. Now, this trip is all ages and also all genders. We'll be camping under the stars, sharing stories over trail meals, and build a small community of curious, courageous travelers. So this isn't just a hike, it's also a journey into the soul of Patagonia. We are going to see so much beauty. Spots are definitely limited, and I'm hoping that this one goes really fast. If you've been thinking about exploring Patagonia, this is the trip. It's unlike any that you're going to find on a travel website. I'm working with a local Patagonian company called Swoop Patagonia to put this trip together, and that's what I'm doing on all of these trips, working with locals or experts in the field. And I like doing this because it really connects you more closely with the local communities, because they live in these places, they work with the people that live and work there. And to me, it is the best way to be able to see a destination, not by going with some American tour company, but by going with someone from the region. As you may remember, I spent a couple of weeks in Patagonia last year, and I have taken some of those favorite places from that trip and put it into this one. That Lakes District in Chile is beautiful and unlike any place I've ever seen. And one of the other really amazing things about this trip in particular is that we're not just going to Chile, but also Argentina. We'll be going across the border. We'll be taking a small flight south and then exploring some of the national parks in this area as well. We will be staying at homestays. We will be doing some very nice eco lodges, and we will also be camping. So there is a mix of a little bit of everything on this trip. So if you've been wanting to backpack in Patagonia, but also have some time for R&R, photography, and exploration, definitely check out the link to this trip, which is in the description down below. Next up is one of my favorite places on the planet, Ecuador. Now, Ecuador is a really small country, but it's massive in diversity. This trip is called Ultimate Ecuador and the Galapagos, and it certainly lives up to its name. We'll kick things off in Quito, Ecuador's vibrant capital, and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Then we'll head into the Andes to explore Cotopaxi National Park, home to one of the world's tallest active volcanoes, which I have climbed. We'll hike beneath the peak, not to its summit. We'll explore high altitude grasslands and stay in beautiful mountain lodges with sweeping views, horses, llamas, and alpacas. From there, it's off to the Amazon basin for an eco-adventure in one of the most biodiverse places on Earth. We'll go whitewater rafting through lush canyons, ride horseback through the scenic valleys, and meet local communities who live in harmony with the land. This part of the trip is about connection to nature and to each other. It's one of the most beautiful areas in Ecuador and a place that I just didn't want to miss taking people to. After this, we'll head to the Galapagos Islands. You'll walk alongside giant tortoises, snorkel with sea lions, and see wildlife you won't find anywhere else in the world. We'll visit multiple islands and stay in charming lodges, all while learning about the unique ecology that inspired Darwin's theory of evolution. This trip is perfect if you're looking for a balance of adventure, nature, and comfort. You'll hike, snorkel, raft, explore volcanoes, and still have time to soak it all in with great meals, great people, and unforgettable places. So if you've been wanting to explore the Amazon, the Andes, and the Galapagos, getting a total taste of Ecuador, this is your chance to explore it. Now, because this trip is a little bit longer than my last trip to the Galapagos, I have actually broken it up so you can book it as a whole, coming and doing the entire wild Ecuador trip, or you can actually book the first half or the second half. So if you just want to explore Ecuadorian mainland, visiting the Andes and the Amazon, you can come on that first week of the adventure and then fly home. You could also book just the Galapagos if you're not keen to hike and explore some of the mainland parts of Ecuador, or you don't have the time. You could just come with us for the 6-day adventure in the Galapagos. So that is all available at the link for this trip, which is also down in the description. And we're pretty flexible with all of these trips, even for Patagonia. If you can't come for the entire 12-day adventure, you could meet us halfway or leave halfway, and we can work on the price for that as well. So I'm making this very flexible for those that may not have the time off to be able to come and spend 2 weeks in any of these destinations. So if this sounds like something you're interested in and you have questions, you can definitely drop those down below or check out the link in the description. And finally, this next trip is a place I have been wanting to go for ages. And like all of these trips, it's not for everyone, but it is for the people that crave true adventure, something raw, real, and completely off the beaten path. Because I'm heading to Papua New Guinea. This is one of the last frontiers of travel, a place where ancient traditions still thrive, where communities live as they have for centuries, and where few tourists ever go. On this journey, we'll immerse ourselves in the rich cultural history and heritage of 5 tribal communities, from the famed Huli Wigmen with their vibrant headdresses to the Sepik River tribes known for their wood carvings and ancestral spirit houses. We'll witness traditional ceremonies, learn how to prepare local food, and we'll stay in local guest houses and travel by dugout canoe along wild rivers. This is definitely not luxury, but it is connection, storytelling, and respectful cultural exchange. And this is a deeply human trip, one I'm honored to be co-hosting with my friend Anina, who owns a company called Visit Natives, and she is an anthropologist and has worked with different tribes all over the world for decades. So it's really amazing to be having her plan this trip for us to go on. If you watched my last series from Africa, I actually went with her into the bush to visit the Hadzabe people in Tanzania. And this trip will be similar, but a little bit more luxurious than that one, as we will be staying in little raised tree houses and guest houses and not in tents. Now, this trip is incredibly special and spots are very limited. This is going to be happening in April, and I've got all the details down below with dates and prices. And I'm really excited for you to hopefully come along. So there you have it. These are the 3 epic adventures in unforgettable corners of the world. Whether you're drawn to the backcountry wilds of Patagonia, the volcanoes and wildlife of Ecuador, or the rich traditions of Papua New Guinea, I hope you'll join me. These trips are small group experiences, max of 10 for most of these, and they're designed for curious, courageous travelers. All the links are below, and if one of these speaks to your soul, don't wait, because I am so excited to make some great memories with you. All of these trips are co-ed. All of these trips can be single supplement or double occupancy if you are traveling with a friend, and they're all made for solo travelers. On my first group trip this year, when we went to the Galapagos, almost every single person on that trip was a solo traveler, and people that didn't normally book group trips, and everyone had a really fabulous time. We all really enjoyed each other's company, and because the trip moves quickly but also has lots of activities, people were really entertained the whole time. We do always have time for you to go out and do photography or do something on your own if you don't want to be with the group, eat dinner on your own. Those are all options, especially when we're in Patagonia. Dinners will be on your own, unless we're at a homestay or out in the wild camping. So I hope this video is encouraging you to maybe think about setting some time aside to come and explore one of these amazing corners of the world with me. And again, if you have questions, you can drop those down below and I will get back to you ASAP, or feel free to reach out on any of the different trip websites that are linked down in the description. I will see you guys in another adventure very soon out in the wilds. So until then, I hope you have a fantastic week ahead, and I will see you soon.